And it's the 2020 AmpSurf ISA World Para Surfing Championships live.
What a blessing we get.
Live from a very wet La Jolla right now as the rain continues to fall, but great competitive spirit going on in the water right now. We are into your Men Prone 2 Round 1, 4 qualifying heats in this one. And we're off and running right now. Who are we looking at in this heat right now?
You know, we've got some really amazing surfers in this. From Colombia, we've got Freddie Merriman. We've got Brazil's Davi Teixeira. We've got Buster from Hawaii. And we've got from Portugal, Nuno. This is potentially, as we've seen multiple times here, what would typically look like a champion field. Now, there is the young man that a lot of people have their eyes on, the guy from Colombia, Freddie Merriman. Freddie, a absolute beast of a celebrity. And look, for no reason why, check him as he comes into this wave, little push from his assist, and Freddie's dipping back in, cutting, big old 360.
Yes.
Look at that. As we said,
spins it.
Very much talked about, and you can see why. He's taking any wave and turning it into his wave.
But talk about, of course, Prone 2. You see other guys in the water with the athletes. Can you explain that?
Yeah, so here in Prone 2, the individual has a catcher and a pusher, making sure that they stay safe in the water. And what this really comes down to is the idea of if that surfer was in an impact zone, would they be able to get out on their own? In this case, these individual surfers most likely could not. So that means that they provide them with an assistant pusher and an assistant catcher. So it's a team of 3 that work in the water together to get it. And look at this guy, no stranger to the competition, out of Hawaii, Buster Kawasaki. What a fun name to say, and what a fun man to watch out in the ocean.
I was talking to him just a little while ago before he went out. He was so pumped.
Davi Teixeira right here as well.
He's a legend, isn't he?
He's a great surfer as well. You know, again, this is one of those heats that typically has been a championship, level heat.
Oh,
does the
dab claim.
Here he goes on a replay. This is that wave that we saw earlier from Freddie. Waits for it to reform, and after he drops in, decides to throw a little bit of Hollywood up there on the wave.
Spins the 3, doesn't get that second rotation back around, but I tell you what, that's what you want to do here to try and score those big points.
Yes, that is 100% true. Buster, longtime competitor, many-time champion in a lot of different adaptive competitions around the world. Freddie really on the up and up, and Davi Teixeira from Brazil has always been in these competitions. Then we've also got Nuno from Portugal, who we're still waiting to see a wave from. Davi scoring a 5 on that wave.
Oh,
as we saw, not only did he have length of ride, but he also had a lot of maneuvers while he was up there surfing.
So Davi, the top spot right there, and people trying to stay nice, warm, and toasty. Freddie Merriman from Colombia in that second spot in blue. Buster Kawasaki from Hawaii in the white in third. Nuno Vitorino holding down that last spot right there.
You know, we're starting to see more waves, but that doesn't mean that we're seeing better waves quite yet. But here he is from Brazil, Davi up there, not really getting up in that pocket. You really got to find that specific shoulder on these waves today to get some, traction going.
Well, also you got a high tide push now, so the tide is definitely pushing up on it. So maybe you get it, the waves are maybe a little fat, not so top to bottom. You can see the competitors in white swimming the pusher and the catcher, right?
Yep, exactly. So each team here is going to wear 3 jerseys. The competitor, the guy pushing, and the guy catching. That really defines them as a team so you can understand who is competing and who is also assisting in the division. There they are, Team USA and Team Hawaii hanging out there. And even, look, there he is.
Yeah.
Blonde hair, Mr. 4-time gold medalist here, Bruno Hansen. Josh Bogle as well from Team Hawaii, and Mike Pingatore there from Team USA, all cheering on the competitors. As you know, this is a unity that we're looking at here.
Yeah, that's the coolest thing. You're seeing all the countries or the nations getting together and all hanging out together and having a good time.
You nailed it, Brad J.
So Davi, the number 1 spot, he nailed it with a 5.00. That's what he did. A 183 he backed that up with, giving him a 683 number 1 spot. Kawasaki, a 317, 147. Buster in that number 2 spot in white. That's your top 2. They would transfer on if they remain in that top 2. But Freddie Merriman and Nuno Vitorino from Portugal, they're battling it out, trying to get to those last 2 transfer spots. But Buster, before he went out in the water, I saw some of his his team was talking to him and saying, what do you want me to do? You want me to point you this way and do this? And Buster's like, just point me to where the waves are.
Yeah.
Just point where I need to be.
You know, I think that's kind of been his traditional approach to all these competitions. Buster always gets waves. Members of Team USA there, cheering other competitors on. There's the well-dressed South Africans.
Let's listen in. It's kind of cool.
How many languages do you think are being spoken right now?
My goodness. 15 maybe?
Right?
But the one thing everybody knows.
The other thing everybody knows is stay dry inside the competitor's tent.
Yeah. Well, it's a long day too. You have a lot of heats that you have to get through. You're out there rooting on your fellow country people too as well. So you gotta stay warm. You gotta stay comfortable because it could come up to your time too as well.
You know, we're still in Heat 1, Round 1 of Prone Men's Division 2. Out in the water. Usually this is a finals right here with the four competitors that we see. Still waiting for Nuno to grab a wave from Portugal. And still waiting. Oh, here comes Freddie. What is Freddie going to do on this wave?
Look at this.
Last time, big old 360. Big old stop there.
Off the bottom.
Coming down.
He's setting it up.
And another push from that wave. Freddie going to cut in, find that little open face.
Oh, look at this little shoulder, a little double up for him, and he's going to spin it around. Oh, it doesn't quite get the rotation. Kind of goes a 180 on that one, and then that's going to do it.
Now, I think this is really going to set how we're going to see scoring. This was obviously a longer ridden wave than we've seen than most competitors are getting today. Now, yesterday we did not see the judges scoring where length of ride took into consideration. But now with the less number of good waves, how do you think this might play in as we're waiting for Freddie's score here?
Yeah, that's the tough break because, I mean, he did make 2 sections on that wave. But look at Davi here.
I would have loved to see him continue on that one right there. Came up over the top, went there, and almost came back down the face of the wave.
Listening back in the athlete tent right now. Meditation going on. Staying warm. And look at this one right now. Buster.
There he is. And what did you say his teammates told him?
Just you point me where to go.
And I'll find the waves, and he is staying true to his statement.
Can he get back into this section? Look at Buster just making this one all the way through, making S-carves all the way through. There he goes, Buster Kawasaki.
Buster with a full ride there. You know, Bo, one of the other announcers here, big supporter of Team Hawaii. I wonder if Bo gave him any points right there, because I would always take some Hodge knowledge.
Wow.
Ooh, good one there.
That could be actually a part of the show.
That could be a whole segment.
It's time for Hodge Knowledge.
Hodge Knowledge comes back to you and allows you to understand. And when he's on the beach, it's Bro Hodge.
Bro Hodge, indeed. Well, you can see Buster getting back on, but that was a long section for Buster. He made that all the way through. You can see him kind of just going back and forth, getting some little S-turns in there.
Yeah,
working it back and forth.
On the replay, really getting a great takeoff from his assisted pusher right there. Buster staying right there in the pocket, waiting for it, and look at this. As it reforms, sees his guy that's supposed to catch him. Buster says, no, I'm going to continue going, and you're going to earn my pickup today.
Yeah.
Buster taking that one almost all the way to the beach and really showing how this has helped. So Buster, look at that, all the way up with a 4.03.
That's awesome. The catcher's like, wait, I'm supposed to get you right now.
Yes.
No.
You know, that last wave from Freddie, too, that we saw, 3.6. And again, he did have 2 maneuvers, but it was length of ride on that one. So Buster Kawasaki in first place after that amazing 4.03 ride that he took it past his assistant, past his pusher, and said, I'm going to continue surfing.
Well, Roy, he did that by very far, too.
Yes,
he went
did.
way past him. So Buster busting his way all the way to the #1 spot, 403 at 317. That gives him a 720. David, the #2 spot, a 50 and a 183 for him. And the #2, Freddie Mermont from Colombia, a 360 and a 317. A couple of threes there for Freddie.
He's been trying that 360, and he got it in his score. It's now time for him to put it out in the ocean.
Oh, he did put it in the score.
Look at that, huh? Little math. I got a math degree as well, you know. There's one of our surfers from Team Hawaii right here. Amazing story. I met that girl. She had never been in the ocean in her entire life. A crew of my foundation surfers went over to Maui, met her on the beach, and we got her surfing for the first time ever in her life.
She got voted best attitude on the beach.
It is,
too.
Yeah.
Tell you what.
Yeah, Ava. We met her back at over just south of Lahaina, over in Maui, just on the beach.
I live there.
I've got this video clip of her throwing her fist in the air after catching her first wave with this gentleman by the name of Bruce Boyle, one of our
Where was
watermen.
she? In Lahaina surfing?
Yeah, just south of Lahaina, Laniapoko.
Yep,
one of those famous, pretty good little spots. All right, Davi catching a lot of waves here. Look at this one. This is going to score well.
Oh, that would have scored well.
That would have scored really well right there. Coming out a little bit sooner than anticipated, but we still have 8 minutes to go in this heat. Great
Look at that
start.
Off the bottom, nice rail work there, and then he sets back up for this section, tries to get a little off the top, not able to bring that back in there. But too, you got to look at that too, Roy. You got a tidal change here. Now this tide is pushing. It's pushing towards about noon, so a couple hours, and this will be a maxed out high tide, just about 5 feet.
Yep.
Look at these sets on the out back right now. Hard to get the shoulders on him, because when you get that onshore wind, it makes the waves kind of crumble all the way across, and that's what you're seeing out here on some of the sets. So you just want to be in that position to try and pick up a nice little corner to get a couple good turns in there, maybe a lip or a couple cutbacks, and make it happen. But I see a couple bumps coming in, so.
You know, looking way out there, you're definitely seeing some more motion in the ocean, as they like to say. And the great news here is, as you're saying, that tide is starting to push. We're seeing a little bit more of the wave for competitors to get up on. And we're still waiting for Freddie to put one of those 360s that he's been showcasing and try to land throughout this heat number 1, round 1 in the men's prone 2 division.
And you can see, once again, if you're just joining us, you see there's a lot of people in the water. In the prone 2 that we're doing, men prone 2, the surfers have a pusher that helps push them into the waves, and then they have a catcher on the inside that helps retrieve them after they get to the end of the waves. And that's why you see 3 different jerseys representing each color.
And then you also see the orange jerseys from Water Safety as well. So as you were mentioning, there are a lot of people in the water right now. And Freddie is going out there deep looking for what could be his wave of his heat. The other thing that you'll start to see, too, as you mentioned, there's 3 jerseys. I think what really makes the teams the best is when the guy who's catching can make sure that they line up roughly where they think the surfer's going to end, so they can get them right back out into the break.
Read it. Yeah, you definitely got to read it. But with the higher tide, the catchers are sitting in a little bit deeper water than they would be on a lower tide. So they, like you saw what happened with Buster going past his catcher, and they got to try and swim and catch up to him because it's a little deeper on the inside now.
And, here we go. Freddie dropping into this bigger wave. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Way out in front of that whitewash, finding one of the better waves of this set right now. Going up, grabs his board, spins out. But again, one of the bigger waves. Now let's see if that size is going to come into factor at all, and also going right. Majority of the guys have been going left today.
Well, it's also about his scores. 317, that's the one he's looking to replace. Does that one, if you're a judge now, you got to look at what Freddie did on that wave, compare him what he did on the 317, and then you got to know, is it better than a 317? And then you look at Davi on this one. He's got a little section to work with. He's off the bottom right here. Here's Davi. Nice turn right there. He's back on the inside.
Are we going to see a dab? Are we going to see a dab?
I mean, we've already saw a double dab out of him. Will we see another one? He's got something planned here.
Davi really showcasing water safety to him immediately. This is what's so great about this program here is the water safety guys are so on point, instantly back on his board, and his guys getting him back out into the break. Now, Davi already has 5 waves, and that was definitely the one that caught our eye the most. Let's see what it does with the judges' scores.
I think that could definitely beat his 4.93. You might see a 6 out of that one.
I'm going to go with a 5.83.
5.83. I'm thinking low 6s for Davi on that. That was one of the most stellar waves that we've seen. Let's take another look here. Talk to me about this one.
Look at this. He sees that open face and really comes up to the very top of the wave and then comes back down, gets out in that whitewash, and then there he does. His guaranteed amount of smile and stoke always comes out of him, and he shows it as he takes this one all the way once again past his catcher. Says, come to me, and we'll go back out. All right, here we go. Freddie up on this. This is that replay. What do you see here?
Well, I like what he was trying to do. He saw the section. He knew he had a little chance to try and get in front of that section. The only thing I didn't like is trying the 3 at the end where that wave gets a little too fat right there. I think if he's going to want to get that 360 in, he's going to have to do it off the bat, off the drop in, or at least on the first turn.
Yeah, or wait for a wave to reform and do it in that reform zone as well.
Yeah, you need that gutter.
Yeah.
You need that gutter to turn your board back around in the 180 degrees from going backwards to facing forward. So you really need that push, and when the wave gets mushy on the inside, you don't get that push to finish the maneuver off.
Yeah, the one thing you don't need is a bunch of white water behind you pushing you around and making your board go any way it doesn't want to.
Yeah, exactly. So that's going to take a little bit of work, but you know what? 3 minutes, 20 seconds. I think if I was him at this point.
Here we go, Buster. Now, the theory he's been using is show me the waves, I'll ride them. Oh,
that had a shoulder too.
Yep, the rail of the board definitely took a little bit more than the track.
He's riding a quad, as you can see right there.
But again, Buster's scores here, all 3 scores. Now, remember, it's not the top 2. It is the top in this division. It's going to be the top 8 are going to move over into the into the semifinals. So these are really good scores for this opening heat. Let's see how they kind of place throughout the next heats.
And the rain continuing to fall. What a stark contrast from yesterday when we had cloudy conditions, and all of a sudden we start the Parade of Nations, and it just blue skies out. Roy and I asked for it. We got it. It was delivered. Sunny day yesterday. It
was gorgeous.
All day long. Absolutely gorgeous day.
And, you know, today is a tale of 2 here because it is a bit on the wet side. The nice part is the people in the ocean are getting the same experience as the people on the beach. They're both wet.
Exactly. And don't you love it when a non-surfing person will tell you, how could you surf in the rain? Come on, you've heard this from people who don't surf, right?
I think surfing in the rain is the greatest
the
creation.
Best thing.
It's like sliced bread. It's like you want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich right there in front of you. The bread's there. You often go. It's the same thing in the ocean. Raining on you, you just love it that much more.
So if you're not a surfer and you find yourself asking surfers, how do you surf in the rain? Stop asking that question. We're already wet. We're out in the water. We're having a good time. It doesn't matter if it's raining when you're surfing.
You know, someone the other day about the amazing surf clinic they put on, they said, you know, the only bad thing, it was raining. And I said, you know, they got wet in the ocean too. I don't think anyone got my joke, but
I got it.
Yeah, I know.
I get it.
Yeah. Freddie needs a 3.6 here. Oh, my God. Freddie needs a 3.6. He'll tie, and he'll probably throw a 360. So let's see if that culmination can be empowered together.
Well, look, if he pulls a 360 and gets the rotation all the way around and continues with that wave, I think it would be probably the highest scoring wave we've seen. Look, David checks in with that 8.
Wow.
8. That's a big one.
Almost comboing the field, too. You know, Freddie just 1.03 away from being comboed out there. But what a wave. And we really saw it, too.
Wow.
You know, it grabbed our eye when we were watching. And, you know,
I said low 8.
Yeah, you did. You did. I gave him nothing more than a 5.83. So I think
you're so mean.
I'm so mean. It looks like the Russians are here judging again.
God.
40 seconds. Are we going to see another
wave? The Russian
wave?
judge gave a 4.
And, oh, my God, no one likes him. All right, here we go. We've got 30 seconds. It's really just going to come down to will there be a wave in this next set of time?
I just would love to see Freddie get the 3 here.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what happens, I'd love to see Freddie get the 3.
There is a wave coming. There is 8:15.
Yeah, you got to push him in. You got
to. And just see what happens. All right, Freddie's going to go for it. We've got it on the buzzer. He's going to get it off in time. Nope.
No. Doesn't do it. And
David.
Look at that. Oh.
I think David wanted to make a statement.
Yeah.
Because he definitely did.
Wow. We got Jose Martinez coming up, Jesse Billauer on the way. More coming up for you, Jermaine Pronto. Stay with us. More action. 2020 AmpSurf ISA World Para Surfing Championship.